Bam! What is up with the squad? It's your favorite on TV Uncle tendencies in the building. Hot takes Monday, and we wasn't supposed to be here, so I messed up the schedule. We coming up here later on. Rob the Man Media, Mr. Shake my hand in here. So we thought, why not give y'all some midday therapy? What's happening? What's up, Rob? What's going on?
Man, what's happening? Man, it's another beautiful day to wake up, man. For everybody that's out here that's tuned in to us, man, we appreciate y'all. Because man, we just listen, it's another Monday. We here for y'all. Let's kick back, kick your feet up. I know it's lunchtime for some of y'all. Some of y'all got the off day, man. Let's kick shit. You know what I'm saying? What else we here for, man? Let's get y'all the Monday therapy session, you know what I'm saying? And just kick back and just talk about whatever what's on your mind.
So before we get into hoops, because I know you're a Colorado guy and everything. What's up with all of this around Shadur and the prep and Dion having to come out and rip all of these stories, man? What is the fascination with Shadur right now? Shadur Sanders is the hottest thing in NFL football, and he ain't threw one pass in the NFL. The hottest thing, I'm gonna say it again, the hottest thing in NFL football. Yeah, we usually do talk hoops, y'all. Wait, come on now, we just talking right now. Shadur's draft prep. Dion keep having to answer stuff about Shadur. Biggest thing in football. Talk. Just give me a few minutes on that, please. Help us understand what's going on here.
Man, have you ever, had nothing negative? You don't got nothing, no dirt on somebody, so you just want to make up a lie just to see if it can ride. That's what's happening.
But for what though? I don't understand it with this kid. Why?
Because the kid ain't never got in trouble. The kid's always in the community helping people. He ain't doing it your way. He already got money, so you can't. When you already got something and a person try to tell you something that you already got, that's the problem, right? So we can't talk to you about money because you already got money. You already know how to set your money aside and not do anything stupid and not get yourself in trouble with it. Versus some of the people that's coming to the league, we got to have a real conversation. Hey, man, we're going to give you all this millions of dollars, but you got to do the right thing with this money. You got to learn how to put some of this money aside and do this. But we can't have them conversations with you because you already got it.
But Rob, unprepared. Shadur Sanders showed up unprepared. Tell me about the time any of y'all seen Deion Sanders show up unprepared for anything that he was going to do. Unprepared.
When they made that statement, it was just based upon, hey man, we trying to tell you that we don't want Deion Sanders in the NFL. We're afraid you come. But think about it. Here's the thing about it. It's not about Shadur Sanders. That's not who it's about, really. They're using Shadur, but it ain't really about Shadur. It's really sending a message to Deion to say, hey, listen, check this out. We gonna say all these characteristic things about your son just because we don't want you in the league. Deion, don't come and speak on the NFL. Don't anything that got to do with the Shield, don't come speak on it. You in college, stay in college. Don't come up here and mess up what we got going on up here. Because they know if Deion Sanders comes to the NFL, guess what all the draw gonna go to? Whatever team he on, right? Everybody else ain't even gonna be thought about. So who your team? Oh, yeah, you ain't worried about that. All right, Coach Prime, we want all that market. We want everything that Coach Prime got over there. That's what we want. So what they did was, hey, we gonna send a message. Hey, your son came unprepared. Come on, dog. The man had 6 offensive coordinators in college alone. 6. So you mean to tell me he came unprepared and he had 6 offensive coordinators? in
Unprepared.
college.
He
Come
worked
on,
out.
man.
He worked out. He worked out with Tom Brady. Unprepared. It's a lot of things that you can tell me about the kid. Unprepared, and I'm not. We're not gonna turn this into a Colorado show because Rob does absolutely awesome Colorado content on
Mm,
his channel. He got some Colorado shows coming up, so make sure y'all following Rob for all of the updates on Colorado, and we're gonna be tag teaming this. But I
look,
did just want to get your expertise and your insight on that because I saw it being reported today, and it's like, man, y'all still hating this kid.
yeah,
Y'all still hating this kid. It's like, come on. But it was a good segue. We're not gonna do our whole Gamecock 9 breakdown right now because we'll talk about them on Friday. But I think that's just a good segue into Don don't develop guards. But we see
oh
her
yeah,
guards producing in the league right now, right? And this is a consistent conversation that we see around players associated with Don and Dion. So let's talk a little bit about how that crosses over and how they are similar. I think in those senses. Y'all let us know in the chat too.
yeah.
Uh,
So here's
narratives that they're able to push.
so here's why they're pushing on this narrative. Don don't develop guards, right? Because
Hmm.
every guard that comes out, they expected to be in the league and playing and having a long career. Every kid that comes out of your university is not going to have a long career. They're not going to, like, the percentage of actual people that are as successful professional players that come from a university. It's 1% or less. So
Absolutely,
everybody that comes out of your university is not supposed to be successful. So anybody that's successful, allow guards, it's an anomaly. So do you hold the same accountability that you hold to other people? You don't. But when it's a black head person, a black head coach,
hmm
it's a different standard, right? Oh, they can't
all
do
the
this,
time.
they can't do that, right? But then you don't even hold the same accountability to your favorite head coach because your favorite head coach still ain't produced at a high level. It's only one coach I can say hands down. Hey man, when you look across the league, hey, players that come out of his program, they've been successful in the league. It's only one coach I can say there hands down right now. That's John Calipari. You look in the league, hey man, he got 20, 25 to 30 guys in the league right now. That's absolutely either a star, a superstar, or on a verge of being a star. And they all got big contracts. So that's
Yeah,
telling you
he do.
something.
He
But
do.
outside
But
of that,
John also got the clouds hanging over him too. UMass,
but
Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
but
saying. It come with the territory. It come with
but
the territory.
but at the same time, he used the same rules everybody else used. He just didn't get caught
Oh,
with it.
I ain't knocking. I ain't
That,
knocking John. I'm just saying. When you look at the success, to me, especially in college hoops, you have to be able to play in that gray area, especially before
yeah,
NIL and revenue sharing. You have to be able to play in that gray area to be able to find your success. John was able to do that continuously.
yeah.
Probably in the NBA, and I'm not saying it. Probably you would say like a Sam Presti is kind of like a John Calipari has been able to build talent through draft and recruiting, kind
Yeah.
of like that. Okay, I give you that.
No. So
But go ahead. I'm
to,
sorry. Go
to
ahead.
no, no. So to flip it back to like Don, right? As many kids as Don put in there, you expecting her to have a bigger hit rate than everybody else, right? Because hey, you're the gold standard now, right?
Hmm.
Because the gold standard used to be UConn, right? And Gino, right? Everybody wanted Gino players. It was the gold standard. Well, now that the gold standard is switched, now everybody feel like, well, why Don ain't producing at the high level like Gino is? And it's just like, but in reality, Gino ain't really putting no product in the league in a minute. You got Page that just hit, but before Page, right? Who was the last kid that really had a dominant presence from UConn? It's been a minute, but we don't
So
hold people saying accountable.
would you say in between those two, it's been Notre Dame that put the most players in the WNBA because they've been like guard you here in that little pocket.
And as far as guards wise, yes. As far as bigs wise, no. But guards, I mean, you can put Notre Dame in there, but how many guards they really got in the league? You know what I'm saying? You got Jackie O, you got AO, you got They only got like 3 or 4 guards. It feels like they got more guards than what they got, but they only really got like 3 or 4
They call them
guards.
guard you. So they got. I guess you don't consider. So Neca was there. Was Neca at Notre Dame?
No, Neca was at Stanford.
That's right. My bad. No. So you got Jo. You got
Enrique.
Enrique. You got Skyler.
Oh yeah, Scholar. Yeah, Scholar.
You got was Lindsey Allen there?
I don't believe Lindsey Allen was.
Skyler, Jo, Enrique, Jewel, and it's somebody else. It's
True.
another. It's somebody else like Dana or Lindsay that was there. That was like, dang, they was there too. It's somebody else that was there.
All right. So peep this, right? That's 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 4. Thinking about everybody, it's been 10+ years since they put somebody really in the league.
Mabry was there. McBride. Let's
McBride.
go. Yeah.
Okay. Mabry, McBride. Okay.
And it was Lindsey Allen.
Okay. Got you. All right. So when you look at thirds, right? Yes, they used to be guard you, but they're not guard you now because they haven't put nobody now recently that's doing any work.
Is in between that pocket of when UConn, when Gino was pushing people in the league, and now that Don is kind of pushing people in the league. That was Muffet McGraw in there. They don't really talk about that, but that was Muffet. When you look at them names, and these names are still in the league, right? So I give them that.
Yeah. It was UConn. Then you had your phase of Notre Dame. Now it's gonna be South Carolina. Olivia Miles will not count for Notre Dame because she ain't gonna graduate and she ain't going in the league from Notre Dame, so she ain't even gonna count.
She'll count for TCU.
She'll count for TCU.
They count HBL as TCU.
Yeah, she ain't gonna count for nothing else.
Citron kind of a 2-3. Okay. I like.
Yeah, Citron is.
I'll take Citron.
Citron, I'll give you that one, but outside of that, and Hannah, I'm gonna give you that, but Olivia, no, that's not. She's not gonna be considered.
The reason I gotta stand on the Olivia Miles one is because Alicia Gray counts for South Carolina because she finished at South Carolina. So that's why HBL finished at TCU, so they count her at TCU.
It's where you finish at. It don't matter where you start at. It's about where you finish at. Where you finish at and where you go in the league, that's who your school is. You know why? When they put your name up there and they put the school you come from, they're gonna put the last school you was at. They ain't gonna put where you did all your work at. They're gonna put the last school you was at. So therefore, in that situation, it's gonna count towards that. It's what it is. What's up, Miss Jennifer?
And I think Dana was at Louisville, y'all. I might have messed that up. So TCU is PGU now? I don't know. A point guard?
HBL is not a point guard, and Olivia Miles is not a point guard. But what do I know? I don't know.
They're gonna run them. They're gonna run them at point guards. They're playmaking guards for. They're playmaking guards for sure. Florida Generals point guards. I don't know that I would call them that.
Can you guard a point guard? You know my motto: if you can't guard them, you ain't no point guard.
Guard what you can guard.
So in that realm, there's your answer. If you think that she's a point guard, she needs to guard point guard. And if she can't guard point guard, she ain't a point guard. That's just the bottom 2 line of what it is, right? If you talk to any college coach, I don't give a damn what level, they're going to tell you the same thing. What you guard is what your position is. That's what it is. It ain't no ifs, and buts about it.
When Latson goes up, they're gonna say, and with the 3rd pick, the Los Angeles Sparks pick Tanaya Latson from the University of South Carolina. Yeah, hell yeah. God damn it. Yes, they're not gonna say Latson from Florida State. Fuck no, they're not gonna say that. They're gonna say from the University of South Carolina. Yeah, that's what's happening.
I don't even know how that's so hard to comprehend. That's just how it is.
That's how they sending them. That's how they sending them up there. That's how
they
not.
Up there. Hey, listen, they not giving credit to anybody that put the work in. They transfer somewhere else, wherever the last school you was at, where you graduated from. That's where you coming out at. Unless you have a real offense about what it is, right? Because some players, what they did was they have, like on the NBA side, they'll have them, if they don't like the college and they don't want them named in college, they'll have them named in high school. They don't do that in the W. They don't do that in the W.
They be like, from Farragut Academy. What?
Yeah.
Where? Bro.
So what?
Yo,
Yo,
what
what
happened
happened?
if every Gamecock teamed up in the W like for a week? You play for your college team. So my ideas, Skull Brain Nation, and I've been pushing this since last season. For the All Star game, let's have a guest coach. We bring Drip in just for the All Star game. Bring Drip in, Coach Staley in for the All Star game. Give her 9 Gamecocks, and we got to fill out the roster. So we only got 9 in the league right now. So 9 plus 3 more, and run them against whatever All Star team you want to put together, and let's go.
I mean, when it's at the
And
end of
let's
the
go.
day, she's gonna get to a
What
point
up,
where
baby?
you gonna have a lot of multiple teams with multiple Gamecocks on it. Like
Oh hell yeah.
it's gonna happen. It just takes time, man. Because you gotta think about it. It could already happen right now, but you also gotta think there's gotta be some type of balance in the league, right? You can't have one school dominating the league. They just ain't gonna let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
They just ain't, right? It's
No,
gonna look
exactly.
too weird. So somebody gotta get the downfall, right? Could Destiny Henderson be in the league right now? Yeah, she's proven that she should be in the league, right? Come on. Certain players just prove that from South Carolina that should be in the league, that's not in the league,
Mm-hmm.
but you got to let the politics play out of things. You know what I'm saying? Of like, man, hey, we can't have too many from one school in the league at one time. So, but as the league expands, it's gonna help everybody. It's gonna help everybody. So I'll
Bro,
say that.
what the hell? What do y'all think about a WNBA team in Kansas City? Are y'all
I
ready to go to
mean,
Kansas City for a WNBA game?
I'd rather go to St. Louis, but yeah.
They just don't want to put a WNBA team in in St. Louis. But
Man.
let me say
But
this.
I'll say
Okay,
this
go ahead.
though.
You go ahead. You go first. You go first.
I'll say this though. It's pretty much the same thing. St. Louis, Kansas City is pretty much it's pretty. But the thing to me is that St.
So
Louis
if you
is
from St. Would you tell somebody, oh, I'm from Kansas City?
hell no.
Okay, then it ain't the same then, Rob. It ain't the same then. If you ain't gonna
Hell
go
no.
tell nobody I'm from Kansas
Hell
City, then it ain't
no.
the same then, damn it. Don't say that.
No, I'm saying the capacity. I'm saying the capacity whether how they'll support the teams, they will.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand, right? You trying to split Kansas City and St. Louis for as professional teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Kansas City is an up and coming like sports town. But they're not like St. Louis. St. Louis is heavily like historically, they're gonna support a basketball team. They're gonna support any professional team that you put out
I mean,
here.
shoot, y'all had the Rams. Y'all had the Rams at one point. I thought y'all had got an NFL team back. Y'all had the Rams at one point.
That was more of man. They was trying to get back to LA. That's what that was
How
about.
did that? How did that? Rams Kansas City. Was that a real rivalry? I had
Yeah,
to side
yeah,
note
yeah,
on
yeah,
because I
yeah,
didn't think
yeah.
about it. Okay,
Yeah,
y'all
no,
got up.
it was a real rivalry. It was
Okay.
we had a Governors Cup, so they had to play for the Governors Cup. Whether they played in the preseason, whether they played in the regular season,
Oh, y'all
whenever
had
they
some bragging
played,
rights going on.
yeah, it was some true bragging rights going on. So to see a lot of like St. Louis people convert to Kansas City fans is kind of weird, but it's they
They
did
gonna
this.
go.
I mean, but they did it out of spite just because of, what I'm saying, the way the NFL screwed the Rams, right? Because
Gotcha.
they had the Rams break ground to build a new stadium in St. Louis to just uproot and go to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Because St. Louis wasn't gonna build the stadium where the Rams wanted them to build it at. So they ended up like putting a whole casino and some more stuff in the area to where they was gonna build it at. So Rob not giving Kansas City their sports hit. Man, listen, man. I listen, Satchel Paige, baseball, I give Kansas City all that history. Uh they got a good soccer team out there. They got a good football team. They don't have nothing else, right? So it's like football and baseball, what they got out there. You know what I'm saying? And they up and coming in soccer. It's an up and coming city. That's what I'm gonna say to it. Like it's a Midwest. At the end of the day, what I don't think they realize is it's harder. It's much harder to get to Kansas City than it is to get to St. Louis as far as flights go. So think about that from a perspective of like if you really was trying to go catch that and you trying to fly to Kansas City, their airport is not as big. It's not as bigger than St. Louis is. So your flights and the price of what you gonna pay to fly to Kansas City is way more expensive.
So can I fly to St. Louis and just drive over to Kansas City? Is it easy?
Yeah, it's a 3 hour drive.
Oh, that's still 3 hours. That's longer than I want.
Like,
Longer than I want to. That's longer than I want to drive though.
yeah, it's 3 hours. I mean, yeah. So it's a weird situation because like you can either fly to St. Louis or some people do that fly to Omaha and drive 2 hours down from Omaha, Council Bluff, Iowa area to Kansas City. So yeah, I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I always think about that.
That, that's weird. I didn't ever think about the fact that y'all used to have a football team, and then Kansas City is so close.
Yeah, Kansas City is only it's only 3.5 hours from St. Louis. Yeah, it's from one. But that just tell you like how easy it is to go from like one border to another border in Missouri. Like it's 3.5 hours. You can be from one border to another border, right?
Show me state.
So yeah, I mean, my thing about it is when I look at expansion teams and you talk about expansion, man, how easy is it for people to travel that doesn't live in that city? How easy is it for it to travel? And so if it's not easy to travel there, it's kind of why would you want to put a team there?
Kind of like why they're moving. I get what you're saying. It's kind of like why they're looking to move to Connecticut, right? So like Connecticut,
Yeah,
the Connecticut Sun, it was like great idea. They're at the casino. People are gonna go to the casino and go to the basketball game. People was
that,
going to the casino. It was like I didn't come here to go to no basketball game, and
yeah.
so it didn't really catch. And now basketball is taking off, and they're like, where can we put this thing where it's gonna be hot? Bam, we're gonna move it to Boston because it's easier to get to Boston. You can fly into Boston, go to the game. Connecticut, you gotta fly into somewhere and take a bus and a train and a horseback or something weird. I don't know exactly how you get there, but it's hard to get there.
Now
So
I explain why they trying to push for Kansas City because Kansas City
mhm.
they built a new basketball arena. They don't nobody plays there. Like nobody play. They got a brand new facility that nobody like. The only time they get played at is when the big
Is it for colleges? Who they
yeah.
built it for? Just the city?
Kansas City just built it. So the Big 12 plays the Big 12 basketball tournament for the men's. They play there every year, and the stadium is just built, but they don't really have a team that plays there. So it's like they have the resources right now. If you was to start a franchise right now and say, "Hey, we got to go tomorrow," they got a facilities where they got a training facility and they got a brand new stadium.
Okay.
And so you'll be in good shape if you was to go, you know what I'm saying, to Kansas City. But I mean, we'll see. It makes sense why they doing what they're doing with Kansas City. Like the thing, it makes sense because of the resources that Kansas City don't have to build nothing. Everything's already built right now. All they need is a team.
Exactly. Kansas City, a hell of a fan base. Makes sense to me. Mondo, you going to Kansas City? And then somebody said Kansas City got good
Uh,
barbecue.
I ain't gonna say that hello fan base, but I ain't gonna give you that now. They all right. They got they got they got
Mondo,
they got decent barbecue. It ain't like St. Louis though. They got decent barbecue.
not you throwing St. Louis barbecue in there.
Yeah. You know I got to throw my
What?
hometown in there now. You
St. Louis
gotta
got.
do that.
Wait a minute. Okay, now I'd heard. Listen. I'd heard something about Memphis. I'd heard something about Texas. I heard
Mm-hmm.
something about South Carolina. I'd
Mm-hmm.
heard something about Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Now St. Louis too.
St. Louis. Hey, listen. You know why people don't talk about St. Louis? A lot of people scared to come to St. Louis. So you got to cover it first to understand what's going on. But when you talk about Kansas City and really people look at it's just a barbecue sauce, right? It's a sweet barbecue sauce that they rub they do a lot of their barbecuing with. The idea originally came from St. Louis. Like that's who originally had the sauce, and they just took it to Kansas City, and Kansas City just ran with it. That's all it is. But it's okay.
Not they just
It's
ran with
just
it.
it's just a barbecue sauce. It ain't really the barbecue. It's a barbecue sauce of what people say it is. East St. Louis is not St.
Hey,
Louis. But
not,
thanks for putting that in there.
here
Because
you go. Here you go. For
there's
my
no East
west,
St. Louis.
for my,
There's
for
no
my,
East St. Louis
for
in
my
St.
east,
Louis.
for my East Coast, for my West Coast folks, that's like Sacramento. West Sacramento ain't Sacramento.
Yeah, man. Like,
Oh
like
man,
what are we doing?
KC new female soccer team has a great fan base. I can see the W doing the same.
I
They
just,
beat St. Lou.
I just literally talked about that. Like they got an
Yeah,
up and coming soccer base. Like they up and coming. But yeah, nah, East St. Louis ain't St. Louis, man. Don't ever get that twisted. Nah, if somebody ever
okay.
told you
So
they from East St. Louis, they ain't from St. Louis.
my thing is this. What I would have an issue with is for the WNBA to now up and be like, okay, Jason Sudeikis, we're gonna award you guys a team in Kansas City with all
Mm-hmm.
of these other options that have came up. So like Nelly said that he had money in a group in St. Louis for a team, right? They said
Mm-hmm.
they had money in St. Louis already for a
Oh
team.
yeah, no, we
Uh,
put the money up. St. Louis put the money up.
Candace in a group had money in Tennessee, I think
Mm-hmm.
Nashville or somewhere. They wanted to put a team. Uh, so we've had people that have had an interest. To me, I don't know when Jason Sudeikis started watching women's basketball, but he didn't start letting us know that he was watching until he started showing up at these Iowa games. So I mean, I understand, different groups are gonna have money, but I don't think that he should get a team before some of these other people that have been vying for teams. And I don't care how good the barbecue is. There's some other places I want to get to before we get to Kansas City to watch some WNBA. I'm just gonna
I,
keep it a buck, yo.
listen. I don't blame you in that standpoint, but the WNBA actually needs to market where women's hoops is popular at.
Mm-hmm.
So I give you Kansas City because women's sports, like they're starting to produce a lot of high school kids up in that area. It's starting to become a rich area for girls basketball. I don't understand why they wouldn't go to Iowa. Iowa. No, I'm not saying right now, but Iowa will be one of them places where it's a rich basketball state as far as women's hoops go.
Oh yeah, put
And
one in Iowa. Iowa. Put
yeah,
one in Iowa. Kansas City.
yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know, Rob. I ain't rushing Kansas City, Rob.
but
I
to
ain't,
be honest with you though, if they put one in Kansas City, it's only 2 hours from Iowa. So it'll support Iowa in that sense. It's only 2.5 hours. I should say 2.5 hours away from
you
Iowa,
said you
right?
saying Iowa will show up. Iowa will show
Yeah,
up. Okay.
Iowa will show up. Yeah, yeah.
So they say, Rob, White Castle's name barbecue. That's what Ghost said to tell you. White Castle's name barbecue.
We know it ain't.
Not really one. You said last time you was at the Barclays, you was gonna send the link and come up so we can see your view after we established that you wasn't no bot. Now you telling me that they gave your seat away to Jason at the Barclays? What exactly did they say to you?
I
Iowa seems to be more CC fans than actual WNBA. I don't think so, Jarvis. Check out
I
the Iowa AAU.
Iowa all attack, man. Hey, listen, y'all be surprised, man, how good like Iowa basketball really is. Like it's gonna be full of shooting, right? If you like 3-point shooting and you like per shooters, like Iowa's gonna be the place where you gonna find shooters at. That's what they. But am I telling you to go build a team of Iowa right now? No, they should be on a list. If here's my this why I always say Iowa always supports women's sports. I don't give a damn what the women's sports is. Iowa does it.
Mhm,
And you go
mhm,
you go look it up for your goddamn self. You got to listen to me. I'm telling
mhm,
you because I know this factually. Like when it comes to AAU basketball for women's, when it comes to like colleges for women, anything in Iowa, they're gonna support the women's. They gonna do it. I don't give a damn what you talking about. They're gonna come out and support it. Uh, but I think Philadelphia needs to be like first on that list, right? You need to put another East Coast team out there, right? I say South Carolina, either South Carolina, North Carolina. One of them needs to be. They need to be high on the list. That take care of the East Coast. So those are my East Coast destinations, right? You talk about the Midwest. I'm going Kansas City, St. Louis in there. I'm also got Cleveland in there, right? So Cleveland. So those are my three areas. Mid South, I gotta put Tennessee, Nashville in there. Um, I don't think I put nothing in Alabama. I don't put nothing in Mississippi. Uh, I don't put nothing in Louisiana. I ain't feeling it. I'll go with another Texas team. So whether that's Austin or whether that's Houston, I'll go with another Texas team, and that take care of the Mid South. West Coast wise, I'm going Denver, Colorado. Uh, would I go Utah? Yeah, I go Utah. So I go Denver, Colorado. I go Salt Lake, and then I put another team in Cali, and that'll solve all the issues. So you
No,
have
I'm
your
not. I'm not advocating for Detroit right now. I think that we we're due a team in Detroit, but I would like to see Houston come back. I see y'all saying Charlotte. Dawn told them Charlotte, y'all not ready. Y'all don't come out and support enough. I would put a team in Greenville, South Carolina.
oh yeah, I
I
like
I, I
Greensboro.
would
Yeah,
I would put a team there. Um, Colorado. Rob's big on Colorado. Um,
y'all gonna be surprised, boy. Y'all go out to Colorado, y'all see them
um,
goddamn. It's gonna be up.
I haven't been to Colorado in like years, like decades. So I don't know. Last time I was there, it was Denver. So I don't know. Um, but like weather wouldn't be an issue for the WNBA in Colorado, like
I
because
Tiff, that is not.
because it's summertime.
Tiff, that is not true. Hey, don't let them lie. Don't let them people lie to you. That is not true.
Yeah,
That
Iowa. Hey,
ain't.
you got some shooters.
Yeah,
This all
that
happened last season. Okay, okay. Hello, friendly. You told him, no, I'm good. I hear you. Denver
I
Airport. Hell out. Mm.
it's all
But
it
he didn't say.
is. Go ahead.
Did you say Denver or Boulder? Where did you say?
Denver, Colorado.
Denver. Okay.
I don't want to build nothing. It ain't no point in going to Boulder, right? Denver be
No,
fine.
we got a team. Where else would you put one besides Phoenix, Rusty?
Yeah, Phoenix is
Like,
already there.
I don't know where else we would put one.
Like
Iowa
so,
Tech. We know about Iowa Tech, Mondo.
yeah. You ain't gotta worry about that.
Why do you think Kathy didn't choose Denver?
You want the real answer, or you want the fluff answer that they want to give you? Because it was never about the money.
Yeah, go ahead, get it real. We always want to get it real.
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking Tiff in a situation and for a reason.
Oh, what do?
Because
Oh, Chip, yeah,
because
let us know.
because the fluff answer was, oh, they didn't have the money. It was never about the money. How can you say that? How can you say that about it was about the money when Denver just built 8 practice fields for the soccer team that they just got? So you don't mean to tell me that they was gonna build one for a basketball team? They about to read where Denver Nuggets is playing. They about to spend 200 million to build around the surrounding areas of the stadium to create jobs and opportunities and a new facility and everything. Come on, it wasn't about the money. Let's be real. It wasn't about the money. It's like Denver is a high tech industry in Denver, Colorado. There's plenty of money out there. Money is never gonna be an issue in Colorado. That ain't gonna never be an issue.
Hmm.
So if you let them lie to you and tell you it's about the money, and go. You want to run with that? Go right ahead. But it wasn't about the money. It was more about they don't know how much support the area was going to support the team, right? Because they ain't ever did no event in Denver as far as basketball go, as far as women's side of it. But the way they support the men's side and they support every women's program because there is a lot of Division II colleges in Colorado. They never looked at those numbers. It was more about them trying to find out what they support the women and how would it go. And instead of them saying, hey, what this is what the W should do, right? They should test pilot these cities during the preseason. Instead of going to these universities, you should test pilot, hey, well, we might want to go. Let's put a game there and let's see what it looks like. Like do something to show, hey, some gratitude to say, hey, listen, so we're gonna do 2 games, right? In a city that we're gonna test pilot. We're gonna put 2 teams there, right? We're gonna see how they go. And then we're gonna bring another 2 teams in there and do it in that same city and see what happens. That's how you should be trying to build your market. Is test pilot some of these cities. But they not.
Well, yeah, I think test piloting in some cities and then putting teams in cities where you already have great support. and no basketball going on in the summer works really well as well.
Yeah,
Uh, oh, you said they added some seats to the bench and made him the closest to the visitors bench. Hello,
yeah.
friendly. I heard that. Held on to your seat. Okay,
But
so going through the tunnel, you said Connecticut selling to Boston. That's what we thinking. What you was gonna
let's.
say?
That's one of the things they didn't do though. They had a whole ride outside the government's building because the WNBA wouldn't prove it. That's one of the things they didn't put on TV, on national TV, that to show the support of the team, how bad they wanted it. That these people went out and had a full ride in front of the governor, in front of the Denver courthouse and stuff because of it. So they want the WNBA team bad in Denver. So I'm not telling you something that I don't personally know because I was actually there and I personally know what's going on in that situation. So if you let these people, if you let this commissioner lie to you about Denver, that's on y'all. But I know the truth of how they want to kill that woman because she want to prove it.
And then I see y'all said somebody said Tucson. Tucson ain't even 2 hours from Phoenix. I just don't know how you sell out
Mm,
two WNBA teams so close
you
to each
know,
other.
don't
I
don't
just
put
I don't see that happen like that.
don't put no don't put no other team in Arizona. It makes no sense.
Shantae, you like Portland's blueprint? They're building complex for the women's soccer and the W team. That's a cool approach. That's a cool approach. I'm not
Yeah,
so I'm not a big soccer person. I'm trying to learn more about it, but it seems to be working. I see you see soccer and hoops together in a few places. We got 99 in the chat. Y'all run them likes up. Can we get
I
five of y'all to share this thing out?
so you know what the W really doing right now. If you really want to know what they're doing, they're telling what they're doing. Every place that there has been a women's soccer program, like I'm talking about that just started, the W's trying to go there. Everywhere they have just put a soccer program at, and I'm talking about professional wise, they're trying to go to that city and follow right behind them. So they're following the blueprint of the soccer teams more than they follow the blueprint of anybody else.
Hey, if that's gonna get them sold out, let's go with it. I don't know if Honolulu works either. I don't know how Hawaii works. Um,
They don't got no professional team over there. They ain't going for that.
um, I don't even know. Has anybody tried a pro team over there? NFL, MLB, anybody? Not that I can think of. A
It
women's
is
basketball team in Florida would work. Would it? They tried two or three of them. So there was the Miami
mm,
Soul, there was the Orlando Miracle. Somebody else
they
was down
don't
there, wasn't it?
they don't
And then
support
Unrivaled. I don't know.
they don't support basketball down there like that. Far as professional teams go, you have to realize you're talking about putting a professional team in Florida during the summertime, not the winter time, the summertime. You know how much stuff there is to do during the summertime in Florida outside of going to a basketball game. It's kind of similar to LA, right? You know how much stuff that people be doing and why they don't be supporting the LA team how they should be because there's so much stuff to do in the
LA ain't
summertime.
even just summertime. LA is year
Yeah,
round. The
yeah.
weather, it's year round. There's always there's Hollywood, there's Disneyland, there's the La Brea Tar Pits, there's shows, there's parties, it's a lot to compete with, and then there's their pro teams that are just in LA. So yeah, Florida's the same thing. Florida the same thing. Hard to put a team there.
I couldn't even like you got is the big cities, right? You're either gonna go to Tallahassee, you're gonna go to Duval, Orlando, or Miami. Like there ain't really no other big cities you can go to in Florida. So what we doing? Damn sure don't
Okay,
put them
so
in damn sure don't put them in
go ahead.
Miami because you know that ain't finna work.
I mean, Unrivaled worked, but I felt like Unrivaled was more about um TV
It's
views than it was people
yeah,
coming in to see the game.
yeah, that's a different type of setting though. That's what I'll say. Orlando, I say if you're gonna put a professional team, you're gonna go with Orlando over Miami. The reason why I'm saying this, it's easier to get to Orlando than it is to get to Miami because people hubs are in Orlando than it is in Miami. So in that sense, in that context, you can catch cheaper flights, cheaper destinations to Orlando to give you that ability to do things. So if you're gonna pick something, you'll pick Orlando. If you're gonna pick Florida for us trying to test something out, but the W has already tested out Orlando. They've already tested out Miami, so it don't really make sense.
If it were a good look for Florida, D Wade would have none. Probably. Why? Why? Well, yeah. Please, please stop telling me about Dwayne Wade as part owner. Please. What? No. Let's have the conversation. What is it about D Wade that got y'all steady talking about him as some kind of owner or some kind of person that's doing something for women's basketball? Please let me know. Because if it is that he gave them $85 million to shut the fuck up and sit courtside at Chicago, stop telling me about that. Stop telling me about that. Stop. Tell me about the time that D Wade really moved, like he was trying to move women's basketball forward. Like he's not Kobe. He's not attaching himself like that. Cause they love D Wade. That shit's crazy. But what?
You know
That's not a
what?
knock on D Wade. That's not a knock on D Wade. He made a business decision to be an investor in Chicago. That's good for him. But yo, he has not become the face of the WNBA. He's not the voice of the owners for us. Please stop throwing his name out there so they can stop throwing his name back at us. Because I'm tired of hearing about that shit. He can't do nothing in Chicago. Nothing. He paid his money to shut the fuck up. That's what silent partner mean. Take my money and I ain't gonna say shit. That's who he is. Stop telling me about him.
Hey, but here's the thing about it: is the 85 million that he gave to Chicago, he really ain't came out of pocket of no money. You know why? Because he has a
Because
percentage
he
of
got
the.
some people to do it on. He got some people to do it on his behalf.
No, it's because he already has money from the Utah Jazz. You know he has a percentage in that franchise too, right? Okay, so
Right.
basically what he did was he used that money that he just made off of Utah and put it in Chicago to make it look like, oh, I did something. What the hell you didn't?
Now, so that his resume can say, I'm a part owner in the NBA franchise and a WNBA franchise.
Yeah,
He ain't moving around. He's
but
not an
here's
active owner like you see how Magic move around when he want to.
here's
Yeah, I'm not
here's the
saying that you're
thing.
saying that, hello, friendly. I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm not talking directly to you. You put him in here, and it reminded me that people have been talking about it. So, in general,
So
stop
here's
talking
my
about D
thing.
Wade as an owner. Go ahead.
Here's my thing. Here's why D Wade can't push the game forward. He ain't got no skin in the game. Like I don't think people realize it. He has no skin. He doesn't. He don't have a daughter playing college basketball right now. He don't see the problems with the women's hoop size to push anything forward. So in reality, that money that you just put up really ain't nothing because you ain't got no skin in the game. The difference was Kobe had a daughter that he was training that he seen the flaws of what was really going on and he was trying to push the game forward. D Wade ain't got
I'm
that.
with you. Not only that, exactly. See, the way you said it was nice. He ain't got no skin in the game. What I was gonna say is he don't know shit about women's basketball. He doesn't play women's basketball. I'm so tired of people trying to put men from the NBA in charge of stuff that's going on in the WNBA because they play NBA basketball. Them locker rooms don't even aren't even the same. The makeup, the politics in those locker rooms ain't even the same. It's
Yeah.
totally different.
All right, now I'll say this: if I hate to use LeBron in this situation, but if LeBron daughter decides she wants to start hooping and really start hooping, he would be more invested into the women's game than D Wade is. It's just if you ain't got no the person that really the people that should be this is the person that I say the person that really should be trying to invest into the WNBA, give it Arenas, Randolph, because they got daughters that's in college right now, and they more invested into the game than what it is than D Wade is. Get D Wade the hell out the way. Go get Gilbert Arenas, right? Somebody that sees what's really going on. Like, hey, y'all gotta do this. Hey, y'all gotta change this, and it's gonna be outspoken about what's going on.
No, thank you, Rob. No, thank you. If y'all want
Why?
to make some, if y'all want to make some suggestions, that's fine. Because what you experience in the NBA in your locker room and your career is not what
No,
a woman's experience is.
but
So
that's
I
not what I
appreciate
said.
you being there. No, so what I'm saying is, if you want to make some suggestions, that's fine. I don't want y'all coming in here being in charge. I don't want it. I don't.
I'm saying based upon what their kids are going through, that they can see to help the game, right?
Make all the
That's
suggestions you want.
that's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about
Yeah,
nothing else.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
Make all the
would rather
suggestions you want.
listen. I would rather hear it from somebody that got a kid that's got skin in the game to what the real issues are. They can help us get over the issue. Versus, I got somebody that does not have no skin in the game, that don't have no really no
Absolutely.
wants to have a name on something. That's what
Yeah,
more
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree with that. But what I want is uh what I really want to see is some women that play the game be able to come back into the game and have some real skin in the game. And the WNBA isn't allowing for that. And that's the part of the WNBA that I don't get.
I,
And I know that people left the WNBA like, I got a bad taste in my mouth. I don't even want to do no business with them. I don't even know if Swin
yeah,
Cash would come and do business with the WNBA
no,
just because she's done business with the NBA and has not. I know part of it has to do with like the money, but like you said, LeBron. Okay, I get it. Kobe was going to be a great ambassador for where women's basketball was going. Um, I see Steph trying to do some stuff. I don't know if Riley plays seriously,
man, she gonna
but
play. That's a Curry tradition.
I don't know. I don't know if she's going to play seriously though.
Yeah.
Right? Like Michael Jordan's kids played, but
Oh, yeah.
they didn't want to. They didn't want to be pros.
Yeah, that,
They're in college coaching, and
yeah.
I don't. I want them out of college coaching. These are folks with money. They don't feel the pain like others. That's a good point too. Hello, friendly, and they don't. Would a WNBA team work in Alaska? No.
No, hell no.
Mm-mm. I don't know,
Yeah.
Mondo. I don't. So I thought I brought that up the other day too, like because I forgot who was saying that, like the fan base owning a franchise like the Green Bay Packers. I don't know. That seemed like it could be a headache because what they say about the Packers all the time, ain't nobody in charge, so they can't get nothing done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I
Gilbert
just
Arenas has a daughter that plays, but I don't think he gives a damn about the W like that. Is that based on what you see Gilbert do on his shows?
don't let that shit fool you
Because I
now.
don't believe that. I don't believe like the way that I see. I don't. I here's the thing. Yeah, Gilbert Arenas to me is he's very calculating in how he
Mm-hmm.
puts out his content, the things that he says, the things that he does on all of his shows. But I also think that he is very dialed in to what's going on in this kid's life. He
Oh,
may
he
not
definitely
come
is.
across like that. He may not come across like that because that gets clicks and views and giggles and shit. But the way that you see his kids respond to him, seem like they got good relationships with their kids. You don't see his daughter. His daughter wasn't on nothing like Dennis Rodman's daughter talking about. He just my daddy in name.
Oh no, you
I
ain't
don't
gonna see
really
that from
talk to
Gabriel.
him. You don't hear that. You don't hear that from his kids, right? They don't come across like that. So I would be I would I don't I would be very careful about that. I don't think that Gilbert Arenas is dialed in. He know what the hell's going on in the W. Gilbert
Mm-hmm.
Gilbert made a lot of money. He knows the business of basketball, and that's why I was saying to Rob, like I would
But
love to hear their insight and their ideas. Gilbert Arenas has some great ideas for moving basketball forward, different competitions, stuff that you can do. I love to hear him talk about that stuff. Some of the other stuff that Gilbert do would be like, Gilbert, come on, man, come on,
but
Gilbert, come on.
that's more the side what I
But
was
that's
talking about with
part of
Gilbert.
the
Yeah,
show.
yeah. That's more what I was talking about with Gilbert is that like when you actually ask him a real basketball question that pertains to moving the game forward, he gives you great content of like, hey, this what should be happening based upon what we're doing now, the analytics and all this stuff that y'all want to say that's in this what we should be doing. And so he knows he can break down everything. Like, listen, we had a show about everything that's going on in NIL, right? Not even a
Mhm.
day or two later, Gilbert break down the same shit I broke down on his platform. Said the exact same
It's
shit,
important.
and then added on, hey, what should happen?
It's important.
Yeah, like he knows what's going on. He ain't stupid. He's got two kids in college right now. His son and a daughter, and got two more
And
coming.
Mondo saying the younger daughter is gonna really be the talent out the two
Yeah,
daughters.
yeah, yeah,
Kyrie
yeah.
Irving does show a lot of love to the W, and he does. I don't believe that Kyrie has skin in the game. Kyrie Irving shows a lot of love to the W. I give you out on Rusty Nail. He showed a
But
lot of love to the W. I don't
but
know that
also,
he's like developing kids and moving in that direction, but he shows love to the W.
you know why he showed love?
Go ahead.
Because of Kobe.
I don't follow Kyrie a whole lot.
Because of Kobe. Like that was
Oh, okay.
Kobe was training like Kobe worked out with Kyrie Irving. He did everything Kyrie Irving did was to I like was Kobe was his mentor in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like before they went to the finals and got through, like Kobe was the one who was mentoring Kyrie Irving. So they were both on the same wave of trying to help the WNBA grow. But with the W is not going to allow Kyrie Irving to be really like super involved with him or buy a team because he's still playing in the league. So that can't happen. So
That's crazy.
you know how
You
that
said
go.
Dame, you said Dame Lillard too. I don't know if Dame Lillard shows love to the W. I've been seeing him showing up at the LA Sparks games. Uh,
No,
you have to
Kyrie
tell me about.
Kyrie is super invested into the W. No, I'll give you that
Yeah,
one.
I don't know about
Dame
Dame.
Lillard,
I've been seeing Dame at the Sparks games.
man, listen, they be out there trying to get some work. That's what they be out
I know, oh sweet baby Ray out there.
there. They be out there trying to get the work. Man, y'all
So
be
I mean, I know, and I listen, and I do notice that like especially like these younger kids and these kids that are coming into the league now, they are big about cross supporting each other and showing up
yeah.
for each other. Football players coming to the basketball games, basketball players showing up at the football games, going to
That's how it
pro
should be
basketball.
though.
I love the way these young people are cross branding themselves and kind of cross promoting themselves. So it could be some of that going on too. I don't want to minimize it. 105 in the chat, y'all. Run them likes up for us on all the
I
platforms. 5 of y'all share this thing and share it in the chat for us. Hit the like and the share. They both right there.
Hey Mondo, I'll tell you why Gilbert Arenas younger two kids gonna be better than his first two kids is because they get to see everything that the first two kids went through on the boys and girls side, right? So they can't do nothing but be better. If I got to experience everything that you went through and the mistakes that you made, it's just telling me how I cannot make them like how to better move from that mistake. It's just like the Ball brothers, right? Who was the best out of the three? The youngest one, right? Because he seen all the mistakes the first two made.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
All right, so Gilbert Arenas will be good in the W front office position. I didn't say that. I said he would be good
Nah,
as part
yeah.
of what I said. What I said. And here's the thing. What I said, he would be good to give ideas, whether that's from a session, a brainstorming session, him coming in and telling you kind of what he thinks, stuff like that. I didn't want to put anybody in ownership or in charge. Just making suggestions.
I think to be honest with you, I think if they ask him to be like on in a players associate, like to like help the players, I think that'll be bigger for them.
Got you. So y'all know that we got Cess Talk Sports, WNBA Fantasy League, uh, going on right now. Before we get ready to get out of here, I gotta give y'all the risers and the fallers here. Rob trying to win. We ain't gonna let him know. We ain't gonna let him. I need y'all to know. Janelle Salon, is that how you say her name? From the Golden State Valkyries. On the rise. On the rise, y'all. So if you can get her on your team, get on your roster. Uh she's a plus 25.7. Plus 25.7 right now. We got Lexi Hall. Lexi Hall also on the rise. But uh Dewana Bonner, y'all, she's a minus 7.2%. If you need to get off your team, get off your team. Leonie Fevich on my team. Get on the drop. On She finna be available as soon as I finish this show. Uh Leonie is gonna be available if you need her. Rob, what are you thinking about fantasy basketball so far? Anything shocking you? We're gonna start talking more fantasy stuff.
Um,
Partly because I want y'all to learn, like as I'm learning, because they got strategy. They got strategy. And what I'm learning so far is like I'm watching some people and y'all went in there and y'all drafted your favorite players and you scared to move off of your favorite player. It's not about your favorite player. It's about the
mm-hmm.
points. So don't like nobody if you let Paige Beckers go off your team, like you shouldn't let Paige go. Okay. But if you were to let Paige go because that's your favorite, it's okay. It's not about that. It doesn't have anything to do with your fan base. So you cannot have any personal feelings tied into fantasy leagues. It's not about that. So
Oh,
you got
trust
to
me,
be
yeah.
actively moving. You got to be actively changing that roster. You got to be seeing who's hot today, who's not hot. You got to be looking out at your schedule Am I playing? Do I got somebody playing every day this week? Do I need to move around? Do I got enough balance between forwards and guards? But Rob, what you got going on? Tell us about what's going on with your fantasy team right now before we get ready to get out of here. Who's
I
hot?
mean,
Who's not?
I'm 2-0 on the season so far. First 2 weeks of the season, 2-0. This week gonna be a tough week for me. Just because of the scheduling of the W. A lot of my players already got one or two games. So
Trade alert. We got a trade alert.
what?
Mondo is looking for a trade. Mondo's looking for a trade. If you are in Group B, Mondo's looking to trade Asia for fee. We got an Asia for fee trade. If you're in Group B, if you're in Cess Talk Sports WNBA Fantasy League, Mondo, reach out to Mondo. He got interest in the trade Asia for fee. Reach out to him. I can't believe that one, Rob. I might get in. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get in Group B right now. I'm trying to get in Group B right now.
Facts.
What?
But
no, man,
you hit it right there on the head. You can't get attached to like people, right? I dropped Mayberry off like after the first game. I dropped Mayberry off my roster, right? And then went back and picked her up like 2 games later. Like sometimes you just can't get attached to certain players, man. You got to make moves because it's about getting points and winning the week.
That's like Rakia. I got Rakia on the injured, and it's like, okay, she came back from injury, and I was gonna move her, and then she was out, and then it's like, damn, do I want to hang?
Yeah, the only people I got on my roster that I'm hanging on to, I got Kai Copper because I know she getting ready to come back. Right, I put her on injured reserve, and I got Ken Brents. Like them, my 2 injured players. So it's like I got to work around. I got to work around whatever I got. You know what I'm saying? So, it's difficult at times, right? But the hardest thing that I always tell people, man, you can't draft too many people from the same team. You're gonna automatically lose. Like, because if that team ain't playing, you screwed. So you gotta have some type of ability you gotta have some type of ability to have multiple people from different teams because that'll get you killed fast when you try to pick your favorite team. So that'd be my advice for everybody out there.
Yeah, I'm 1-1. I'm 1-1. The commish kicked my butt last week. I bounced back against Emily this week barely. Last week barely, and now I'm up against Kia High Life this week. So Kia High Life been rocking too. She been top 1, 2, 3 in Group A.
I'm gonna tell you like this
from the beginning.
I says you gotta get on top of your game because Kia, she dropped at every day.
Her and Malik up there, they the general managers on high, Rob. They tap you on your shoulder and be like, "Hey, go and get your locker, go and clean your locker out."
They shaking hands.
Erica, that's the struggle. Fear of dropping and not being able to get them back. You may not be able to get that person back, but the name of this game is productivity, y'all. The name of the game is productivity. Productivity and consistency. Go ahead.
Here's I'll tell you right now. You might drop somebody, and you might not better get them back. But guess what? Somebody gonna have to drop somebody. So you might come back with something better.
Yeah, you gonna pick up somebody else.
I listen. I just set somebody off now. I dropped somebody on purpose. I dropped Bay on purpose, and somebody added it, and I got a different piece for Bay now. So hey.
I didn't. So who did I pick up like that? Who did I pick up like that? I got somebody like that it was like, oh, you let them go?
Yeah, you ace.
I think it was Heidemann. Somebody tried to get Heidemann. And they was like, oh. Yeah, nah, she gone. I got her. But like right now, like Leone, probably gonna have to let you go. Pow. You was hurt, so I'm gonna give you one more game. Lexi Hill was liking you at first. Probably gonna have to go though, but I mean, move around. Shake my hand. This is the beginning of this is how you learn shake my hand, move around. Shake my hand, move around.
Shake my hand, move around. Hey, it's been real. I love you.
Yeah.
But I don't get the dub.
And y'all gotta remember, I get so caught up in the game sometimes that I be meaning to talk fantasy and I don't even get back to the fantasy. So remind me in the chat, like, yo, we gotta talk fantasy. Like, what's going on with the fantasy? What's hot in fantasy? Because every day, like they give regular news, they give like fantasy news too. Like top 500, top 100 in fantasy. It's like, bro, what? Oh, fantasy too? Y'all covering that too? So we gonna be talking fantasy. We gonna be doing better about that. Standings right now in Group A only, because I only have Group A up right now. So standings right now, I think the commish is in the lead. The commish is in first place.
For total
actually, we got three people tied for 2-0, but the commish got the most points. So the commish Rob the Man Media and Kia High Life tied 2-0. Myself, Coach Rowe, Malik, all 1-1, and MJ Lover. And Key's crew, Emily's team, and Janae's crew still looking for their first win. So, and then I'll give an update on Group B later today. Because I might be able to get it up. No, I do it later today because I ain't gonna be able to switch it right fast enough to tell y'all that. So, but it's a war. It's a war, and it's prizes on the line. You got Rob the Man Media store merch, Cess Talk Sports store merch, plus $50 to each group winner, and an extra $100 to the person that has the most points out of those two groups. So $150 cash on the line, plus some merch. So y'all don't miss this next fantasy league that we do, man. We getting active over here. We got book club meeting tonight. We got something really, really special coming up for VIP on June 11th. Start looking for those invites. It's gonna be VIP only. It's gonna be a VIP only type of thing. June 11th. Do not miss it. Do not miss it. It will be a Rob the Man Media, includes Cess Talk Sports and some exclusive content that you do not want to miss. Make sure you are subscribed to VIP. Okay, James of Flatbush, you tied for first place. Who you tied with? Vito? Let me know. If you can, real quick, put the top three. Put the top three from Group V for me, James. What you say, Rob?
I'm gonna tell you this. Hey, listen, I'm be shaking some hands on 11. Yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna be at, but I'll be shaking some hands. So pull up, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gonna see what's going on.
Y'all know I'm back in just a little bit with my nephew. Now what, the sound off? We got Coach Rowe. We got Coach Rowe tonight. We're gonna be talking New York Liberty. Can New York Liberty go 44-0? But me and HD getting ready to talk free Rakia. I've been seeing it blowing up. I've been seeing hashtag free Rakia blowing up on the net. We're gonna talk about that. I'm sure we'll have some hot takes this week about that. No games tonight. Got some games tomorrow.
And we'll see y'all tonight for Aces.
Yeah, we got Aces tonight. We got the we do the hot takes. The Aces hot takes tonight at about 10:30. About 10:30. Yeah. So
loaded day.
It's a loaded day. We in and out. And then you never know where Mr. Shake My Hand might pop up at, right? So we got shows all day. You may pop up. We gonna see. We talking hoops. We appreciate y'all pulling up and spending y'all lunch with us. If you did not hit the like on the way in, hit the like on the way out. Hit the like and the share because they both right there. Make sure y'all subscribe. Like I said, on both platforms, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. Do not miss the next drop. Cess Talk Sports, Rob the Man Media, Mr. Shake My Hand. Y'all know what it is. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. We out.